last year, tell you a little bit about when we went to the Philippines last year. We met with all these startups that we were just talking about. We met with the incubators, and our goal was to try to figure out, okay, so we want startups in the Philippines. How do we make this, I don't know, sustainable, right? How do we do this consistently? How are we consistent at this, right? How can we make this happen? So again, through our collaborations and partnerships, what we figured out was we went to the Philippines, we went all over the Philippines, and we spoke to all the different startups, and we said, what are your biggest pain points? And really, we don't have mentors, or we have great mentors, but we need more mentors, right? And we don't have access to funding like you do in Silicon Valley, right? So, okay. So what we did all of last year was we started doing monthly, where startups in the Philippines would pitch to mentors here in the US. So if you're an entrepreneur and you're interested in becoming a mentor for a Philippine startup, let us know, because we'll set that up, because we're looking for mentors to work with Philippine startups. Okay, so we would do pitch nights every once a month, right? Our goal was to find startups that we can match with mentors here in the US. Entrepreneurs that raised money, failed, raised money, did well, exited, that went through the whole gambit of being an entrepreneur, and connected them with the entrepreneurs. And the goal is to be able to get them to collaborate, provide mentorship, and then ultimately have them participate in a cohort and then a demo day. So today, again, like I mentioned, you're a little bit part of history, where we're having our first demo day of that cohort of the companies we talked to for a year and a half, right? So thank you again for being here. Hey, Christina, come on in. Okay, so also during our trip to the Philippines, we shot we prepared a small video talking about why should U.S. investors, Silicon Valley investors, look at the Philippines and Asia. And so, Ash, if we can cue up that video, that would be great.
I'm the co-founder of Steer.
I'm the founder of Pihiram.
I am the founder and CEO of Molinos.
We are the Escape couple.
I'm CEO co-founder of Neurotronics.
I am the CEO and co-founder of Penuflix.
I'm the CEO of Insight SES.
Filipino entrepreneurs and Southeast Asian entrepreneurs are ready for the global stage. International investors should focus in the Philippines and Southeast Asia, because Southeast Asia has a booming digital economy of $330 billion. And at Dynamico Space, it is our mission and our goal to bridge the Philippines and Southeast Asia to Silicon Valley and the rest of the world.
Important elements are in place with government policy and public-private partnerships to transform the Philippine economy. It sets the stage for the next level of economic growth. Now is the time to invest in the Philippines.
The market is a great market to use it as a sandbox, because if you can make it work here, it will work anywhere else in the world. So all that is great, except once you want to raise funding, it's very difficult.
What we want to do is we want to be a nationwide brand, but it's difficult to do if you don't have the money and the backing.
Obviously, we need to bridge the gap between the infrastructural challenges, the resource challenges, and the network challenges in the Philippines and around the world with places like Silicon Valley.
The startups here are hungry. It's fast-paced, it's growing, it's been evolving ever since.
These are innovators who are really passionate about solving real problems. If they come here and they see it for themselves, they would understand that there's so much potential as well.
This is primed and ready to have an explosion of startups coming up.
Perhaps they just don't know how it also works and what it means for them to actually place a bet on something that can definitely become a great company that serves a lot of people.
As the stage is set and the players are ready, international investments will provide the rocket fuel for startups to take off.
Before we go over tonight's agenda, I just wanted to paint the picture for you of what we saw again when we were in the Philippines, right? So imagine flying to the Philippines and meeting with startups maybe in like a small island somewhere south, where they had a great idea, they're super creative, they built an MVP, and then tonight they're actually pitching to Silicon Valley investors. That's just pretty amazing for us, right? So the agenda tonight, we will have 10 startups from the Philippines. They'll be pitching online. Again, all of this will be recorded. They'll be pitching online. For the investors that are here, you have an investor form that looks like this, okay? Please use it to keep notes on the companies that you would like to talk to. What we will do in the format is each startup will have strictly 5 minutes to present, okay? They'll have 5 minutes to present. Typically on pitch nights, you can ask questions right after. But for tonight, what we'll do is we'll go directly straight through, okay? So just note your questions for them and note the ones in priority you would like to speak with. Maybe somebody connects with you and your what you do in your business, right? Maybe for what you're trying to do socially and what you're very much interested in, right? What your expertise in, right? So make a check note on that. Okay. So what happens after that is after the pitch night, we will go ahead and stop the live broadcasting. We will go into a 15 to 20-minute break, use a bio break, grab some more food, but also please submit the documents to Nancy and Danny up front, and we'll go ahead and schedule you for a breakout session. We have borrowed some of the offices here from some of our tenants. We have 10 offices that we have for the investors. So please jump into an office and you will get a link specifically to the startup that you would like to ask questions with. We'll have 15 minutes for each startup. And they're going to be here all night long as much as people would like to talk to them. If you do have to go and we come up to a time limit, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and let us know and we'll schedule the next meeting for you guys to actually have more time for question and answers with them. Okay? Before I get started, any questions on the format for tonight? Good. Ash, did I miss anything on that? Okay, great. So without further ado, we're going to get started on our 10 startups for tonight. I'll be introducing our first startup. All right, so Steer. Steer is the world's most flexible construction management software powered by a proprietary no-code engine under the hood. It has been developed by a team of 25 experts under the able leadership of a civil engineer, Arup, who after 2 decades in the software industry returns to solve construction's most challenging problems. And I can vouch for Arup. I've known him for a long time, and I'm very excited for Arup to be presenting tonight. So take it away, Arup.
Thank you, JR. Good morning, good evening, everyone. We'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to invest in Steer, a no-code construction management platform providing painless adoption and ROI in days. Nearly every project experienced delays and cost overrun. While technology can help solve this, construction industry is one of the last ones to go digital. Driven by the pandemic, rising cost of material, and shortage of labor, industry players have started exploring options in the market. However, adoption has not been easy. Many of the customers we spoke to have tried one or more platform, yet failed in implementation. Some equated construction software to gym membership, something you know you need but rarely use. At Steer, we are on a mission to solve this big adoption problem through our easiest to adopt software platform. We have proven track record of quick implementation as fast as 2 weeks. We provide a single source of truth across the organization and partners. And most importantly, because Steer is built on our own no-code platform, we provide flexibility and adaptability to fit every kind of construction project needs. Now let me show you around a bit in Steer, a modular construction management platform with extensive coverage. We have over 30 plus modules grouped into 4 solutions that can be easily configured and extended to fit each customer's unique project needs. Of the 4, flagship solutions are the project management, which goes beyond schedule management, but also covers quality, safety, and collaboration across the team. As well as resource management, which focuses on efficient utilization of material, labor, and equipment at job sites. We have successfully implemented our solution with industry leaders in Philippines with measurable benefits and ROI, making them our referenceable customers for marketing. Based on the other market feedbacks globally, we are also conducting R&D and in the effort to build AI-driven defect detection, virtual inspection, and integration to 3D and 4D BIM. When it comes to our go-to-market plans, we make it easy for our customer to get started with the biggest and clearest pain point they have at that point of time, then expand to other areas of their business over next 12 to 16 12 to 6 to 12 months. We're on the path to dominate the Philippines market, one of the fastest growing construction industry, but the problem that we are solving are applicable globally, and we have already made inroads in accessing the Dubai and US market, which we can further build on through the funding that we are seeking. The total market size that we can cater to in these markets are sizable. Our approach to the approach is to identify niche entry points to establish our success stories and then build on it thereafter. We launched the product in the second quarter of 2022 and focused on gaining success stories from the first two customers. This year, we are reaping the success where we are able to close 1 to 2 accounts per month, steadily approaching our goal of 20 accounts by end of the year, which will also bring us to operational break-even point. We have a strong team of 25 professionals. I myself was a civil engineer with construction site experience before joining the software space. I spent the last 25 years leading a software product engineering company, building products for across the world companies. And now I'm back in the construction industry, helping them address the biggest business challenge through our software. Along with that, we also have been forming strong partnerships with niche market players. And our combined offering stands to make even stronger value proposition for the market, the respective needs and existing clients they have. To summarize, we have a strong, successful product that is ready to be brought to the global wider market, and we are on the track to grow into a scalable and profitable business in the coming years. We'd like to invite you to be part of this through our seed round investment. Thank you for the time. Feel free to reach out to us if you want to know more. Thank you. Back to you, JR.
Thank you, Arup. Great presentation. All right. Okay, up next. Okay, Kenneth from JIF. JIF offers Filipinos an easier way to send and receive money anytime, anywhere. For just $1, overseas Filipinos can instantly send remittances abroad with peer-to-peer processing. The JIF mobile app makes it frictionless for Filipinos to top off their e-wallets or use their phone to purchase goods. All right, Kenneth, go for it.
Thank you, JR. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Ken. I'm the founder and CEO of Jeff. We provide an instant and cheapest way to send money from abroad to the Philippines. As we know, the Philippines is one of the top recipients of the global remittances, receiving more than $38 billion last year, majority from these countries. The remittance industry is one of the crowded spaces, but even if there's a lot of big players out there, customers like me still experience inconvenience, higher fees, longer delivery time, which will take 3 to 5 business days, and low foreign exchange conversion rates. My first-hand experience as a freelancer here in Cebu and have a software company, every time we ask for payments from our clients globally, it's very frustrating, especially if you have bills to pay and your employees are relying on you. We asked from our OFW friends or overseas Filipino friends if they experience the same, and it turns out that most of them really feel the frustration. And if their family needs money for an emergency, then it will take a number of days, worse if it's weekend or holidays. As an engineer, I said to myself, I hate this, and I need to find a solution. That's why we came up with Jeff, a solution that offers an instant and cheapest way to send money to the Philippines. First, it's very easy for people from abroad to add money or cash in into our mobile wallet by linking their online bank. Second, it's very convenient to send money instantly. We just need to find the username and email address of your recipient. Third, we offer better conversion rates. Receivers can hold currencies as well, and then they can convert at any time. Lastly, a very familiar process of taking out cash here in the Philippines. Here's how we make money. We collect $1 in fees for international remittances, focus for micro transfer with transaction amount up to $1,000. We provide affordable fees for adding money to our wallet, which is 50 cents. We provide better conversion rates. And lastly, cash out fees like you are in the Philippines, not outside the Philippines. Though we offer very affordable rates, we learn through our financial partners that give us excellent back-end or partner rates, which we're able to earn 50% of this. Even if it's very small, imagine the total market of the OFW or remittances to the Philippines is very huge. If we can take out 10% of the market, that's billions of dollars already. Our go-to strategy is to get a good percentage of the market in the US first, then expand to the top 10 sending countries to the Philippines, like Singapore, Japan, Middle East, European countries, and more. We will also expand to other top receiving countries for remittances like India, Mexico, Egypt, and the list goes on. We understand that there are big players out there, but what makes us different is we're the first to provide the cheapest and instant way of sending money to the country. As technology and financial policies continue to improve, we hope to position Jeff as the leading provider of the cheapest and instant way of sending money globally. Despite regulatory challenges, we are able to gather more than 23,000 of our users, beta users, and we're able to process more than 10,000 of transactions. Please meet our team, a mix of great talents and experiences in finance from the Philippines and in the US with corporate entities from both countries. We hope to expand in Indonesia, Singapore, Japan as soon as possible. For our ask, join us this fourth quarter of the year for our Series A of funding. We closed our seed round last year, and feel free to send me an email to ken@jeff.co. Thank you very much, and we're very happy when our customers say, just Jeff it. Thank you, JR.
Thank you and great presentation. And we look forward to just jiffing it. All right, very cool. Just want to say hi, hello to Mike Mate and his team from Kickstart Ventures who've joined on the call. Thank you for being here and appreciate you listening in to our startups tonight. Okay, our next startup is Mr. Raimundo Hermosa Porter. Raimundo is actually coming to you from Chile. He was part of the Young American Leaders Initiative. Young America's Initiative. There you go. They spent 1 month here. They had him and 12 of his cohorts spent 1 month here in Silicon Valley for a program to learn about Silicon Valley and get mentorship here. So Raimundo will be talking a little bit about his company and how he's working with the Philippines on this. So MindAid is a community-based health tech company dedicated to making mental health services accessible for all working professionals. All right, Raimundo, it's all yours.
Cool. Okay, so have you ever considered if any of your team members might be silently facing mental health challenges? Hi, I am Raimundo, and I founded MindAid to break the silence and offer accessible mental health services for all employees. I founded this company from my own experiences. In 2021, my life completely fell apart. I beat depression, and along the way, I realized that the lack of access to these services not only cost us a lot of money, but also lives. Exploring the field of mental health economics, I quickly understood that there are no researches on this topic in the Philippines, but other countries have discovered a connection between a strong productivity and overall happiness. However, we do possess data on mental health in the Filipino population as well as some investment cases. Just imagine the huge impact on both an employee's life and the company's performance if we proactively address these issues. MindAid is a mental health cluster that promotes collaboration to tackle industry challenges. Our goal is to create a supportive environment for developing community-based mental health technologies by bringing together community technology-driven organizations, research institutions, among others. This approach offers several advantages, including increased deal flow, improved market visibility, engaging in effective commercial prospecting, and more. Complementing the cluster is the Minded app, a digital platform that bridges the gap between therapists and patients, making mental wellness accessible to every employee at affordable prices. What sets us apart is our unique economic model. We share a part of our sales profits to support social causes and offer cashback programs. But our impact goes beyond being just a profitable business. As mentioned earlier, employees' mental health has positive effects on companies, the economy, and society. We are creating a healthier workforce, which leads to higher productivity. Now, let me show you how we make money on Minded. MAPS stands for Minded Access and Profit Sharing. We begin inviting providers to join the cluster for free, no complicated procedures. The cluster is funded by grants, academic institutions, and others. Providers must commit to offering affordable services through the Minded app, making them more accessible. On the corporate side, companies benefit from MAPS by contributing to employees' therapy costs. Minded will retain a percentage of this contribution. Over time, fostering mental health practices will increase company productivity. Everyone wins. Additionally, in the near future, our ecosystem will generate value through data and research, providing valuable insights to help develop better company cultures. Indeed, Minded charges a commission for every service sold on the app. Finally, we understood that mental health care can be expensive and non-refundable. That's why we offer cashback systems. Users earn rewards on purchases that can be redeemed in the future. Providers can join the monthly fee program to access the exclusive cashback pool, attracting more clients and boosting their sales. Let's see our competitors. Minded's innovative approach makes us stand out with no direct competitors. However, we see potential suppliers among our indirect competitors, and we aim to read them all in. But why are we different? We stand out through our collaborative clustering ecosystem and empowering community-based technology. Our unique identity lies on our strong commitment to social and economic impact, ensuring equal access to mental health care and aligning with the UN SDGs from day one. We will position ourselves as market leader and authority in the mental health technology industry through the cluster. People will unequivocally prefer us due to our sustainable economic model, attractive incentives, and accessible prices that make high-quality mental health care available to everyone. Let's quickly talk about our target market. The TAM for mental health services in the Southeast Asia is esteemed to be $196 billion, with the sum in the Philippines alone amounting approximately $33 billion. Within the Philippines, Luzon and Visayas represent a sum valued at $23 billion. How could you help Minded to succeed? We are looking for a visionary investor to help us scale Minded to the next level and empower countless lives through a new way of financing mental health in the Southeast Asia. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Raimundo. Appreciate it. Coming all the way from Chile. Thank you very much. Just want to give a quick shout out to Jonesy Castro of PhilDev, who's just logged in online as well. PhilDev is a great group that their goal has always been to eradicate poverty in the Philippines, and we've always looked up to what they've been doing. So thank you, Jonesy, for joining. Okay, next up, Mata Technologies. Mata Technologies, Inc. is a homegrown provider of virtual tours for real estate in the Philippines. It is also the virtual reality map provider of tourist destinations in the country. All right, Erica, go for it.
Hi, good morning from the Philippines. Okay. Hi, I'm Erica. I'm the CEO of Mata, and we virtualize islands using art and immersive technology. The Philippines. It is the home of over 7,600 islands, beautiful beaches, stunning dive locations, hospitable personality, and rich culture. This is also the home of the second largest reef next to the Great Barrier Reef, the largest eagle in the world, and one of the seven wonders of nature. These, among others, geoparks, heritage sites, contribute to the totality of the Philippine tourism, helping over 5 million Filipinos and their communities. And there's no other person who can attest to that but our very own Apo Wangol. She represents Filipino culture and art. She is actually a mamba batok. Uh, it is a traditional artist in the Philippines, and this is what she said during her Vogue interview. You can see how tourism changed Buscalan when visitors started coming. However, with the latest data from the World Tourism Organization, out of the 133 million tourist arrivals in Southeast Asia, only 8 million of them visited the Philippines, compared to Thailand, which is 50 million tourists annually. This creates a 42 billion gap or opportunity for the Philippine tourism industry. And this is where we come in. In Mata, we actually virtualize islands using art and immersive technology to enhance tourist experience and develop inclusive tourism. This is in our efforts to make the Philippines more visible, promote socio-economic development, develop inclusive tourism, extending our stakeholders, not only tourists, local government, operators, and small businesses, but even to the people who cannot travel due to distance, disability, cost, and restrictions. So when we start virtualizing islands, we are actually collecting data in the form of contents. And this is what we use to create our AI itinerary builder. So you do not just virtually tour the Philippines, we can also create a preferred itinerary builder using our data. So for the past year, we have been engaging B2B and B2G as a service provider, but hopefully by year 2026 to 2027, we will be able to monetize our content through commissions, booking done on our platforms, and licensing fee. Our application does not only about virtualizing islands, but we can also make use of our content as, for example, environments for video games or for the creative industry. So it has a lot of application in terms of licensing. So the digital tourism market globally is expected to grow as much as 1.11 trillion, and 70% of travelers are already using digital resources. In the Philippines, that's about 1.6 billion, and we are targeting at least 5% of that. So these have been our projects. So we have over 55 projects already ongoing and completed, and we have collected 11.5 million Google Street views. This is actually a testament that people are really using our contents to check on these destinations and the locations. So with me is Bastian, our CTO, with 10 years of experience in tech. Ryan, our COO, 12 years of experience in operations, marketing and operations. And yours truly, I am a licensed accountant with 10 years in finance in business development. Our headquarters is in Cebu. We are now a team of 15 engineers, software engineers, artists, and illustrators. So we're currently raising 200,000 convertible notes. This is only to pilot the itinerary builder of Cebu because we already have the contents. So we just need this to augment or facilitate faster development of the AI itinerary builder. So thank you, and hopefully you could help us virtualize the Philippines one island at a time. Thank you.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you very much. And also for those that don't know, mata or mata means eye in Filipino. I'm assuming that's the word play there, Erica, but thank you very much. One selfish request, I think some people here would also agree. If you could also virtualize all the dive sites in the Philippines at some point,
Oh,
we would appreciate it. Some of the investors here
yeah,
are also divers.
Yes, we already started doing underwater virtualization. So looking forward to this.
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Up next. All right. Jonas from Unisol. Hey, Jonas. How you doing? Jonas is a tech-driven, Unisol is a tech-driven startup with innovations to disrupt the uniform industry. Their vision is to be the #1 provider of uniform apparel. Through their uniform products, they help organize, elevate brands while providing sustainable employment to the people who make them. All right, Jonas, go for it.
Good morning. Good morning, investors. Good morning, everyone.
Okay, Jonas, we heard you. Can you hear us okay?
Okay. Good morning, investors. Good
Go
morning,
for it.
everyone. I'm I'm Jonas of Unisol. Uniforms on demand. I'm here this morning to share to you a $1 billion global uniform industry. For companies, organizations, schools, and universities. Yeah. For companies, organizations, schools, sports teams, and leagues, there's a difficult and painful process in acquiring high quality, customizable, on demand workwear. It's a very old industry, but the process remains very backwards. Longer sales negotiation, longer production time, the non existence of a fully equipped manufacturing facility cause poor quality and delay. Our solution, the Unisol Pod. You touch the screen to check the menu, you feel the fabric, you order. Providing a platform where ordering of uniforms can be easy as 1, 2, 3. Imagine the convenience of ordering uniforms through our Unisol Pod in every print shops in every city, in every university. The uniform industry deserves an upgrade. Unisol is here to lead the way. The market opportunity is huge. Figs was able to raise $100 million. Under Armour, Adidas, Shein are all valued at $1 billion. For the last 5 years, we have accumulated 5 billion sales, a validation that there's a demand for each market, from multinational companies, government, SMEs, organizations, schools, and even sports teams and leagues. We are Unisol. We are a tech-driven uniform apparel startup with innovations to disrupt the uniform industry. We have our Unisol sales approach, our on-demand platform to make sure that we produce quality uniforms and deliver on time. We are a social enterprise. We live in the place where international clothing brands are manufactured. Because of contract manufacturing, this has created a pool of middle-aged sewers unemployed in the community. At Unisol, we provide them second employment opportunity. We invested on a vertically integrated manufacturing facility, from product and design development to sales and marketing to production, to make sure that we control the whole process. We launched product lines to serve the different market segments. We have Chameleon, Yugo, W, YP, and Active. According to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, clothing is a basic need. But unlike food and shelter that are already big brands developed, in clothing, most of the brands are in ready to wear. But for on-demand uniforms, there is still no go-to brand. Our vision is to become a global brand for uniforms by 2030. At the same time, achieving our mission to create a sustainable business that allows holistic growth for everyone. This morning, I'm here to ask $5 million for seed fund to help Unisol scale. For the last 5 years, we have invested in our production facility, develop an on-demand process, build a team, launch product lines, and achieve 5 million accumulative sales. But looking at the bigger picture and opportunity, we need funds to scale. We're looking at expanding to 150 print shops and 100 universities in the Philippines. At the same time, expanding to the North America market to 12,000 print shops and 6,000 colleges and universities. Ladies and gentlemen, join us on our journey to making Unisol a global brand. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonas. Thank you, Jonas. All right. Okay. Next up. All right, Miss November from Plantsville. I think she has some of her products actually here up front. If anybody's interested, you can have a little look and feel there. Plantsville Health aims to revive the Philippine cinnamon industry by planting trees for conservation, livelihood, health, and climate change mitigation. All right, November, please take it away.
Good evening, everyone. My name is November Cañeso. I'm the founder and chief champion of the Philippine Cinnamon. Our company exists for conservation, livelihood, health, and climate change mitigation. We are in a climate emergency, and the Philippines, with 114 million population, is now ranked number one in the World Risk Index. We expect rising sea levels, flooding, and extreme drought. The most vulnerable are the marginalized, like the farmers in our pilot site, who earn only $91 per month, and true also for 3 million small farmers, because of many reasons, among which poor soil, typhoons, and too much heat brought by climate change. This makes eating healthy difficult for Filipinos, such that 42 million have hypertension and 4 million have diabetes. Thus, many aim to the Philippines for reforestation. So here comes the good news. The Philippines has 21 native species of the cinnamon trees. The trees absorb carbon and are anti-hypertension and anti-diabetes and can provide livelihood. We have gained traction and impact through the years. In our pilot site, we raised awareness of 350 farmers, so they stopped making charcoal out of the Philippine trees, cinnamon trees, and we saved 50 remaining mother trees. The farmers sowed 14,000 seedlings and were paid 96,000 US dollars raised by Plantsville. 5,000 Philippine cinnamon trees are currently standing, and leaves grow back 2 to 3 times every after harvest. We have reached 760,000 through various media, and we found 7 Philippine cinnamon species in our pilot site. We found 22 chemical compounds like powerful antioxidants, eugenol, linalool, cariphyllene, which are used in food, medicine, and cosmetics. We developed the protocol to root the cuttings to propagate thousands in short time. And instead of charcoal, we developed 6 high-value products that were bought by 500 customers. We distribute our products in the Philippines and in the US, and we have our facility registered in the FDA of the Philippines and the United States that enable us to export and enter retail stores. We migrate to Oracle ERP to ensure that we are aligned with international practice for good governance. We built a 100 kg distiller, and we are currently building a 200 kg distiller and 100 kg solar tunnel dryer, as well as a distillation facility compliant to good manufacturing practice, both funded by the Department of Science and Technology. We have a patent utility model for the Philippine cinnamon essential oil and a pending application for hydrosol and sleep aromatic water. The patent covers all of the 21 native Philippine cinnamon species. We have signed a memorandum of understanding with Unilab for research towards product and market development. Unilab distributes its products globally and is the largest pharmaceutical in the Philippines and second largest in Southeast Asia. To secure and see the raw materials real time efficiently, we are coding a technology for large scale cinnamon and aromatic plantation all over the Philippines. The technology can also monitor other crops, of course. We are collaborating with Dr. Joel Ilaw, who is an expert in computer vision. So we are ready to accelerate. We are looking for an impact investor who shares our values, who could champion our brand, especially the planting of the trees, who has experience working with women led businesses and can connect with our target market, and who could provide a 250,000 seed fund. We currently earn margins from our health products, and we are poised to earn professional fee from replicating our model in different parts of the country, the use of learning management system and monitoring system, and sale of rooting chambers and seedlings. We track the number of trees grown, the earnings, species, and chemical characterizations. Plantsville is in a unique space because we have the largest number of cinnamon trees with a sustainable model and a patent. It really does take a village. So we take an ecosystem approach and partnered with key contributors. To market, we need to tap into the network of reputable orgs. To end, we go back to the smallholder farmer with social and technological innovations. We raise her awareness on the presence and opportunities of the Philippine cinnamon, change her business model on the trees so it sustainably gives her livelihood, so she herself becomes a guardian and champion of the Philippine cinnamon to fight climate change. Maraming salamat po. Let's talk.
Salamat, November. Thank you very much. Your passion for your impact is very obvious. And since we met last year in Iloilo, I'm very excited to see how far everything's come. So congratulations. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, JR.
Of course, of course. All right, Mr. Justine with Cerebro. Okay, Cerebro provides ready-made digital lessons and quizzes for Philippine schools, reducing teachers' workload by up to 400 hours per year. Go for it, Justine.
Hello everyone, I'm Justin from Cerebro and we are building a digital content library for teachers that allows them to save up to 400 hours of preparation time per year. Here is the story of teacher Anna, a grade school faculty member in a medium-sized private school handling 8 classes with 50 students each. But these classes are not of the same subject since teachers in the elementary level are usually expected to teach students in several learning areas which could also be different from their field of specialization. And because of this, teacher Anna needs to do an extensive research about the subjects assigned to her so she could prepare her instructional materials well, while also allocating time for her other administrative duties such as computing grades, preparing reports, and the like. And based on existing data, a teacher spends around 400 hours of preparation time annually. And this is also a problem for school administrators who are seeing a great number of teachers who are resigning from their jobs each year. Studies also note that the heavy workload of teachers affects the quality of education, producing low scores in standardized examinations. So we created Cerebro, a collection of ready-to-use lessons, curriculum-based quizzes, and printable worksheets that teachers can use to effectively reduce their workload and to standardize and improve the quality of their teaching. Unlike other e-learning products that focus on the platform alone, we took it a step further by providing the ready-made teaching and learning materials which we have carefully designed to align with the standard curriculum. Right now, we have covered 95% of the entire Philippine K-12 curriculum with over 4,000 digital contents which are already being used by our partner schools. We also aim to create contents based on the international curriculum, particularly on mathematics, reading, and language arts, to achieve a global impact for teachers who have the same experience with teacher Anna. There are nearly 94 million teachers in the world, and among this number, 32 million are in countries where English is a primary medium of instruction who could benefit from solutions like that of Cerebro. With our current contents alone, we can already help up to 1.2 million teachers in the Philippines, and we would like to share this innovation to those outside the country for a wider impact. To this date, we have nearly 30 schools who have adopted Cerebro's content library for their e-learning program, bringing in a total revenue of 400,000 US dollars for the past 3 years. And based on our impact assessment report, we were able to help each teacher from these schools save an average of 200 US dollars annually for their teaching materials and reduce their stress levels by 15% thereby improving their work-life balance and increasing their overall job satisfaction levels by 25%. 75% of our team is composed of licensed professional teachers, and our expertise is more on instructional design and not just on technology. Three of us in the core team are educators by profession, while our CTO is also a group CTO in Metro Pacific, one of the biggest conglomerates here in the Philippines. We are aiming for a content licensing and franchising agreement with LMS providers so we can maximize and benefit from their market leadership and familiarization, while we also increase their competitive advantage by adding our contents on top of their existing platforms. And right now, our contents are already compatible with at least 5 platforms, such as the open source ones like Moodle, Canvas, and Blackboard, and the commercial ones like Neo and Schoology, and we hope to expand the list of compatible platforms by the end of this year. We have been fully bootstrapped for the past 3 years, with our sales being able to sustain our operations, but we would like to grow fast and scale fast, and we cannot do this alone. We are currently raising 500,000 US dollars in seed funding through a safe to support our milestones for the next 24 months, particularly to repurpose our Philippine-based contents for other countries and expand our tech compatibility with other LMS platforms. So support us in this initiative, and let's make a global impact in education together. Thank you.
Thanks, Justine. Appreciate it. All right. Next up, we have Maria Pia Garat. Pia is coming to us from Uruguay. Pia was also here for the YLI Young Leaders of America's initiative, who spent 1 month here learning about Silicon Valley and an immersion program. What is very interesting about Pia's company, it's a pharmaceutical company. We asked her to pitch tonight, not only to pitch to you investors, but for Filipino biotech companies to also see a good example of a biotech firm and their pitch. So Pia, Iolo Pharma is a leading drug development and discovery platform. They are focused on developing novel molecules to address non-communicable disorders such as cardiometabolic, neurodegenerative, and autoimmune disorders. Really, I almost was not able to pronounce all that, Pia. Thank you. All right. Pia, go for it.
Here, are you seeing my screen? Not right now, right? No, you should see it.
Not yet. Take your time.
Okay, there, do you see it?
Yep. Loud and clear. And we see. Yeah, go.
Awesome, thanks. Well, it's a great pleasure to be tonight with all of you. Thank you so much. I am Pia Garat. I am CEO and co-founder of Eolo Pharma. It's a startup where we develop novel molecules for obesity and type 2 diabetes. And together with my co-founder team, we have almost 100 years of experience. Why are we targeting obesity? It's the pandemic of the 21st century, where 650 million people suffer of this condition, and it's the main cause of then developing into a heart attack. That is the main cause of death. And also 43.5% of the youth population suffers of this condition, and who doesn't have a family that have been suffering from type 2 diabetes. While I was in high school, I used to watch a sitcom that is called Dr. 90210, that most of the people had to undergo bariatric surgery. I was really surprised about why people undergo these risk procedures. So I started to read and to investigate, and I noticed that the other solution that was available at that time was to have a healthy diet and to exercise. But the only weight that you might reduce is of 5% when you are obese, of course. So I wanted to bridge the gap between a high risk and a no risk solution that is effective for the people. Together with my co-founder, a new molecule, a new drug that is for obesity and type 2 diabetes, that is totally different from what is today available in the market, that acts upon the brain, yes, and has very serious adverse consequences on the people that have and take this drug. So now I will talk about the drugs of the future, such as MBD1, where very easily you will all understand that what MBD1 is doing is just acting upon the tissue we want it to act, not the brain. Yes, the fat cells that we have mostly in our tummy, and it burns out the excess of lipids that we have, the excess of fat in our fat adipose tissue. It's of oral administration. We have 60 molecules under development and 3 families of patents where we have coverage in the US, in Europe, and in the main markets. And we are very happy to say that this drug is currently in phase 1 and is being tested in human beings. Some of our results, as you can see, after we fed animals with a high fat diet that is like having a restaurant food every day, very caloric. After 5 weeks of treatment, we give them our molecule here in red, and you can see this incredible body weight reduction of 30% in only 3 weeks. That is very competitive compared to the drugs that are available today in the market. And what about the market? When we started working in Iolo, there was no market for obesity because there were no drugs. Now the space is crowded of competitors, but the global forecast is that $37 billion of this market, where the US, where we want to penetrate, is only the 15%, and it represents 3 billion American dollars. And our aim is to be the leader company in terms of drug development, drugs for obesity. Our business model, we have secured already almost $6.4 million that take us from the lab into the clinical trials. Our goal now is to out-license our molecule MVD1 that you can see here in red. And the aim is to partnership with a pharma company. For this, we are looking now for an investment of $3 million. Yes, a first tranche in our Series B to make an FDA application. We have our clinical trial running in Australia, but we also want to hire new talent because this is highly needed now on the company because we are growing and there's a lot of interest also from pharma companies. We want to have US business presence and set up all the regulatory stuff that we need to run a phase 2 that is running this in a bigger population of patients. And then after we close this series of funding, we want to run for a total of additional $27 million that will be indeed to run the clinical trial. Finally, there's a lot of interest in the obesity spotlight. These are some of the key deals that have been. Almost all of them are for $1.5, $1.6 billion. And we have a highly talented team of people that come from the science world, but also we have people from the business end that are located in Europe, in the US. And you can't stop the wind, we always say, but you can build windmills. So we invite you to invest and participate in Iolo Pharma. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Pia. Just a quick comment. During Pia's time here, her month stay, we did a lot of work with her pitch, and we actually went to go physically pitch to investors here. I just would like to share with the Philippine government, the Department of Trade and Industry, and Department of Foreign Affairs, what a great program it is to send the startups that are in the internationally here to get the experience of Silicon Valley. And we're hoping at Dynamico to be able to work with incubators in the Philippines to bring more startups to the US for incubator programs as well. So want to do a quick pitch for that and hoping to see more of that. So thank you very much. Thank you, Pia. All right, and our last presenter for tonight is Olivia. Olivia's technology process receipts and invoices, translating them into reports and digital assets in seconds.
Hi, I'm Jox Fantastico from Olivia, and we simplify accounts payables processing through intelligent automation. Now, meet Jackie. She enjoys her job, meeting clients, closing deals, well, except for expense reports. She dreads it so much that she ends up paying for company expenses out of her own pocket. Then there's James, her manager, who must approve stacks of expense reports due that day. Finally, there's Mitch from accounting, who is on the verge of resigning due to long hours and mindless work. They're not the only ones. Around over 60% of employees are frustrated by expense reports. No one wakes up in the morning saying, hey, let's do expense reports today. And it costs money because it is inefficient and error prone. 1 in 5 expense reports have errors. And this is what we do at Olivia. Users or employees can scan a receipt. It captures details, reducing the need for manual encoding. And we have configured our algorithms to recognize Philippine receipts, which, as some of you may know, is really, really long and complicated. It prevents lost and faded receipts. And we have features like duplicate detection. So when users scan a receipt more than once, it is flagged, preventing errors and potential fraud. This is what we built for the Philippines quite uniquely. We've also built in a dictate feature where you can just say, Olivia, nagangkas ako kahapon, 150 pesos, and it is recorded and auto-categorized. Our approval workflow is customizable for the industry and for the company, and it eliminates a lot of email overload. So we reduce manual processes for employees and accounting departments from capture to approval to processing. No more physically routing of expense approvals, no more double work encoding into accounting systems and then again to tax platforms, no more searching for receipts from boxes in storage rooms during audits. We built this for the Philippines, and we can also adapt it to Southeast Asian countries. Our patent pending technology combines scan and dictate and is compliant with local HR and accounting practices. It is a $30 billion market, and in the Philippines amounts to around $400 million. For Olivia Smart Extract, our vendor management system, which alongside Olivia Expense, we have a 2-year contract signed last year for a mid-sized accounting firm, and we're also in POC's final phases of POC for a Big Four accounting firm. For Olivia Expense, we have deals in the pipeline with demos done and proposals sent. We are also partnered with a leading HRIS provider to upsell Olivia to their 1,000 over client database. We have very healthy unit economics and are currently processing upwards of 20,000 receipts and invoice monthly. And our lead velocity rate is at a level that fuels growth over the next few months. It's a subscription-based model, and rather than charge companies per user, we've made it tier-based with unlimited users within that tier and for that company. This is a problem I'm very familiar with, having been the employee, the approver, and I've dealt with accounting departments on this issue. I've managed cross-functional teams in a couple of Asian markets and had P&L responsibility. Our CTO is an experienced software engineer who built one of the first paid legal search engines in the Philippines. And we have an advisor with over 20 years of finance and accounting across the region. We also have a strong dev, product, and customer success team, all of whom have worked on tech projects. We recently won the first Philippine SaaS Challenge, and we secured a grant last year from the Department of Science and Technology and secured a spot at the regional EY Foundry Tax Accelerator Program. So in summary, it's a huge market, $400 million just in the Philippines. We are scalable. We're raising $250,000 for IT, enhancing our IT and market acquisition strategies. And we invite you to join us in helping Filipino companies automate accounts payables processing. We are on a mission to free employees from tedious manual tasks so that they can focus on value-adding work. Thank you.
Great presentation, and thank you very much. Okay, startups, thank you very much for your hard work and your bravery of pitching internationally this morning or tonight over here in San Francisco. Please stay in your waiting rooms, and we'll give you instructions, and the investors will be sending out instructions as well really quick. But I do want to just bring up the Dynamico team really quick to introduce them to you, to everybody. If you guys can come on up really quick. This is Danny. She's our community manager. So thank you, Danny. Fiel. This is Fiel, who's in charge of all the video production here. Bianca, who is taking care of all the events production. Thank you very much, Bianca. Ash, who is running the systems now. Noel, who's running our cameras. And of course, my boss, Nancy, my wife. She's the community manager here in for Dynamico Space. So we thank you very much. Okay, next up, we will take a 15-minute break. You have a paper that has all the information or the different startups. Please do mark who you would like to meet. You will have a 15-minute discussion with them. Is the link sent out already to everybody? Okay, so during the 15-minute break, you will give your document to Nancy and to Danny, and she will schedule you guys for one-on-ones, 15-minute sections with each of the startups. So please note who you would like to speak to. Obviously, we won't have time for everybody tonight. It is our job at Dynamico to be able to set everybody up and for future meetings. There's a QR code here on the upper left-hand side of the screen that will take you to the, feel free to come up here during the break and take a photo of that. That'll take you to the form where you can sign up for the time and who you'd want to talk to. Please remember to put your name and your email on the form so we can send you the link to where the startups are waiting to speak to you. Again, this is this demo day is our major goal is to just spark the interests of the investors here and online. And we thank you very much for being here tonight. That concludes the online live portion of our event tonight. Again, thank you very much for everybody here and everybody online. We'll see you at the next demo day late November. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.